Are you tired of watching influencers on TV making it look like they have everything perfect when in reality they don't? Are you stressed out as a parent, trying to juggle family, fitness, food, your finances, and just don't feel like you found the magic secret on how to do so? Today, I have two amazing guests joining us for the Pure Motivation Podcast show, and we're talking about balancing business, babies, and barbells. Stick around, and at the end of this episode, you're gonna learn how to do it just like they do. Ready? Let's go. All right, guys, welcome to another edition of the Pure Motivation Podcast show. I'm your host, Coach Dimitri Dijankoulis, and today I have two amazing guests with us. They are members with us. They are role models with us. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to invite them here. As usual, I'm always talking about the 5 M's to mastery. We're talking about your mindset, your mission, your macros, your muscle, and most importantly, your marriage. So without further ado, welcome to the show, Esther and Vadim. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having me.
Awesome. Okay, guys, so I have a few questions for you guys here. I'm going to go through them. And most importantly, what I wanted to do, and the whole point behind this was, from when you guys came and we met you guys a year and a half ago to where you guys are now, I've seen you guys do a complete change, 360. Not only was it you guys just coming in here and kind of wanting to learn and get a little bit more fit, but I've seen you guys go through a transformation with your business. You guys are juggling how old are your kids?
2 and 5.
2 and 5. Ooh, and I said under 7. That's right, 2 and 5. So you're balancing that, but most importantly, you guys are coming like 5 times a week.
Yeah.
And Monday to Friday. And out of those weeks, I think 2 of you guys train together twice?
At least, yes.
Yeah.
At least twice a week. Okay, so before we begin, because people are probably like, who are these guys? What's going on? Can you guys share a little bit about your background, maybe how you guys met, and what life was like before Pure Motivation?
So I'm Esther. This is Vadim. We are realtors in the city of Vaughan.
Mm-hmm.
We own our own brokerage.
Mm-hmm.
We met 11 years ago while I was in university.
Nice.
Vadim was crashing a university party I was attending.
He was crashing it, eh?
Crashing it. He was not attending university. He went to find a wife.
Nice.
And he did.
And he found
That's how we do it.
Here you go. Here you go.
And the rest of history. He stalked me on Facebook afterwards, and we started messaging. We started dating.
Nice.
We moved in pretty quickly. I think a year after we moved in together. Started a life together.
Were you guys doing separate jobs beforehand?
I was still
Definitely,
in school.
yeah.
So I was third, fourth year university, and then I went to do a master's. Vadim had a different business back then that he was running with a partner. So we were paying rent, working 3 jobs while doing school. Vadim was operating a business and it had side hustles from various other incomes. So we were just, hustling.
And this is no kids.
No
kids.
kids.
No kids yet.
No kids.
And were you guys doing, was it full-time realty or no?
No. So real estate, we started about 7 years ago. I started 7 years ago. I think you joined me about 3 years ago, 4 years ago.
2021, so 4 years ago, yeah.
4 years ago.
Yeah. So what happened is that Vadim decided to sell his previous business. He got into real estate because that's his calling. He loves it more than anything. And I just got my license because Vadim said, just get your license and just have it on the side just in case. And it wasn't even active for a long time because I worked at a corporate job. I had mat leave. I was super comfortable, and I didn't even use my real estate. But once after COVID, once I was home and finishing my mat leave, Vadim got super busy, and he needed help. The business started going, and he said, okay, don't go back to your 9-to-5 comfortable corporate job. We need to do this. We're gonna build a family business, and we're gonna change our lives.
Usually that's how it starts off. There's chaos.
Yeah.
And the best person, I know with me and my wife as well, without Francesca, this club would not be here. As much as I know he's like me, he's the face of the company, he's on TV, he's on social media, he's talking to people. Even when he sleeps, he's probably typing.
Yeah.
But there's always a strong female behind every strong man. Remember that. The spine of the family. So, okay, you guys were young, you got together. How long did you guys wait before you had kids?
We were together we lived together 5 years, got married. 4 or 5 years, got married on the 6th year together.
Nice.
So 6 years before we had a kid. Yeah, 6, 7 years.
And were you guys training before that?
I think we were always at the gym. I had a Good Life membership. I had a bunch of other memberships. I went to all these clubs that we were doing.
Was it consistent though?
Not consistent, not at all. I think, there was a lot of information about, training and doing lots of, like most women do a lot of cardio instead of focusing on building muscle, focusing on what's right for your body. So that took a lot of time, I would say.
Yep.
And go ahead.
No, I was working out. But definitely my wife, I remember like it was yesterday, she was like, so I went to the gym at 5 a.m. I come back at 6 a.m. and she's asking me like, did you go to the gym? I said, yes. And I was not sweating. She's like,
he's on his phone.
He was not sweating.
Either on the phone or you're lifting weights, light weights. You're not really working out. You're there mentally and physically you're there, but you're not really doing what needs to be done. And versus like the last 2 years, we've been really shifting it towards heavier weight, better food.
I think it was the lack of direction and the right training that we didn't have at the moment, and that's something that we discovered here.
What made you guys lead to us? Like, how did you guys hear about us? What was the entry point to Pure Motivation?
So for me, I was really frustrated with the previous place that I was at. I wasn't seeing the results that I wanted to. It was, as I mentioned, 6 months post baby number 2, and obviously it gets hard with age and with every pregnancy, and I wasn't seeing the results I wanted to. And Vadim said, listen, I noticed that there's this gym beside our house, and Vadim always actually talked about your gym years before we signed
10 plus
up.
years I really wanted to come here, but we were just starting up the careers. We couldn't really afford it. We didn't even actually know what the price was. We just kind of said,
you mentally
can't afford it.
told yourself can't
and
afford
that's it. And we weren't even going there. Until the last 2 years, we said, you know what, let's just go see what it's all about. And that's when
that's something that's very important. And I want to touch base on that because I think a lot of couples forget joining a gym or hiring a trainer, which is the second, action step. But just saying, you know what, let's just start getting fit. They sometimes stop. And then the problem is they feel that maybe we don't have time. Maybe we don't know what to do. We don't have the equipment at home. And that blocks people. And you guys felt that it blocked you from even coming to try and listen to us. And then what was the turning point? What made you say, okay, I had enough, I'm going to go and...
So I remember this conversation 100%. We used to go to Orange Theory. And it was a lot of cardio. And then at some point I said, Eti, I think it's enough with the cardio. I really want to push for the muscles. And this is where we kind of said, and I said, Eti, quit Orange Theory, come with me. I know you're a female and you don't believe in lifting weights, but let me just show you the difference. And I think that's when...
And when we came here, we met you, we got a full assessment, and we started understanding that, there's a class format that can be done. I mean, my issue with lifting weights was I don't have the time, the day to create a program for myself to give me, okay, these are the exercises I'm doing today. This is leg day. This is, arms day. This is this. And that's why I was, going towards the, F45, Orange Day, all those classes that are always...
It was helpful. You follow a program.
Exactly. So
but it wasn't the right
program. But it was not the right program 100%, and I felt it, and it was too much, too many people, too little instructions, very injury prone in my opinion. And that's when once we started coming here and I saw small class sizes, trainers that are actually come to you and teach you and fix you and do all the things that are needed to be done. It's not just screens showing you what to do. That was a big difference for me. And I need the scheduling. I need to be, I need to have this schedule app that if I don't show up, I will be charged for it, because that's what makes me get up early, take my kids to daycare and come here right away, getting it all done before work so I can continue with my day. And that was the number one priority. I knew that I still need the concept of signing up for a class, but I just needed to be done in a more individualized way.
And what about you? What was the turning point? Because I know I met you and I remember we did the assessment. What was the biggest thing that said, okay, you know what? I'm going to invest in this, because you actually decided to work with a coach.
Yeah. So there was one quote that because I'm a big firm, I believe in videos and affirmations and so on. And there was this one video that I saw about a year and a half to 2 years ago, where they said, if you had a Lamborghini or Ferrari, you would invest in the best oil, the best fuel, the best. And then they said, you now have a Lamborghini. Your body is your Lamborghini. Your body is your Ferrari.
Love it.
Why are you not investing in your body? And then it just kind of it hit me. I was like, wow, this is a moment where I have to change something because I have this thing. This is like a one-time thing.
Got it.
And if I don't take care of it right now, it will be much more difficult to take care of it at a later point. Right. And this is where...
And it's just so transferable for women. Like we go and spend thousands of dollars on Sephora makeup and the brands and the clothes. And you realize that if you put a little bit of that money into this, into your food, into your training, you're going to look much better than any cream out there.
Excellent. So I like how you guys, it's almost like a maturity of process of as we get older. And I always tell people the challenge is when we meet our special someone, we're young, we're fit, we have a lot of time on our hands, and we really care about ourselves. But the minute you get married, have a business, have kids, and that's where people need to really tell themselves, do I want to go from 40 years old to 60 miserable? Tell me about the body type approach. How has it, or has it at all, helped you guys when it comes to you either eating or training when we talked about body types?
Well, I think it made me realize with a body type of the things that I need to do and I need to focus on. I'm a person, I gain weight easily. I can lose weight relatively easily if I do the right things.
Mesomorphic body type.
So I needed to have my diet and my type of training on track in order to see the best results. As a woman, you hear all these crash diets or intermittent fasting and lower calorie, and really having, somebody like you and your coaches come in and give me the app saying, look, listen, you need to eat X amount of calories. That's what you need. You need this protein. And once you change how your body is taking in all these food, that completely changed. Completely changed. And it comes within. Like, I never forget, we went to the border to get my Nexus. We're super hungry and we wanted to buy something. We're driving, and like it's all junk food.
You're passing everything.
And
you're like, I'm not having that.
We're like, we're not stopping here. We're not stopping here. And it's just a mindset, because before they'd be like, oh, whatever, let's grab a pizza, let's grab a burger. Right. But now we're like, no, we cannot do that. Yeah. We're going to wait an extra hour and get home and eat there. And it's a complete mind shift that your body is not even craving the junk anymore.
Nice. So this is where I tell people it's almost like a core identity shift. You are making decisions based on the person you believe you are and who you should be for your family. You feel confident.
Happens all the time. I have a group of friends who always want to go out for drinks, for beer. And I cut alcohol.
I don't remember the last time I saw you drinking beer.
I really don't want to even the thought of going to the bar to drink beer and eating wings or eating French fries or burger. It's not for me.
Nice.
And I just had to cut it. And I said, if I want to achieve what I want to achieve, and I just have to eliminate that.
So you guys have been here a year and a half. Yep. And this is crazy. The stats are crazy because they're almost identical. So as an ectomorphic male, your goal was to put on some muscle. I remember you started at 177. Even though you're only at 175 now, your percentage of body fat was at 29%. Now it's at 22%. So 7% body fat drop. And what I liked about you was you told me from day one, D, this is not a sprint.
That's right.
And I kept trying to push him, and he's like, D, I want to do this for the rest of my life.
That's right.
And I really like that because you can see that there's maturity level in that versus having to push to get a certain goal. Yourself as well. Tell us, when you started, you were postpartum?
I was 6 months post my second baby.
Nice.
I was exercising for a few months, but as I mentioned, it felt different. I felt like I needed something different that, may have worked before, but now isn't working. And also I was also able to lose
even though again 133 to 128, the percentage is nuts, 28 to 21.
Yes.
7% body fat is crazy, right? And typically people forget that when you're exercising and training, they want to lose weight. Women just want to keep losing weight.
No.
And I remember I kept telling you, I don't want you to keep losing weight. I want you to build muscle.
And that's thank you for saying that, because that was the biggest shift. You always want to go back to your 120 pounds before you were a baby, but before you had babies. But you realize that I realized that I don't look at the numbers anymore. I look at how much I can lift. I look at how much percent body fat. I look at the mirror. I look at how close fit. How my I finally, you see muscle definition. You feel yourself getting stronger. It's a complete different shift than that toxic number that you see on the scale. That it just doesn't work. And to achieve those things it means nothing in terms of your health.
So let's move into community now. So you guys have been here for a while. What's been your experience? I'll ask you guys individually about the community, the semi-private coaching, the coaches.
People are nice. People talk, you do have a conversation about, just life. You joke around with the trainers, with the other members, which I love. I feel like you have that kind of community. And what I like about it, you mentioned the community, is people come here to work. They don't come here to do anything else. It's not it's a photo shoot session. It's not like joking around session. People come here to work out. When people come and ask me why I come to work out here, I say it's because the people actually show up are people who come to work out.
Like when I'm a busy guy, I don't have time to start thinking what to work out, what to do. I just need to go in, finish the workout, 45 minutes to an hour, do my best, go 110% above and beyond, and then just leave the gym and do my own thing. That's it.
Because half the time when he's on the treadmill and I see him warming up, I know he's calling someone, talking about a deal, a home, in between sets. I'll get back to you. I'll send that contract right over.
Yeah.
That's it.
So that's a work mindset.
And I know when he takes his phone after an hour training, there's like 17 missed calls.
So with going with Adam, working out with Adam, I knew that I have someone to support me 1000% with all my workouts. And anytime that he needed to tweak, that you're not doing this one right, you're not doing this right, or you're not doing this. This is how I was trying to improve. And now recently I started doing the classes kind of as a supplement. So I do still the 2 hour a week private and then 3 other classes, which I really enjoy a lot.
5 days a week, guys. 5. These guys both have kids that are under 6 years old.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And full-time careers and full-time of everything. Just, I will tell you like this, that to me, working out became a priority. Yeah. Just like travel. So I'm looking at like this, okay, like
not a luxury. Out, not like that. No, the priority, not a luxury.
And whoever comes up with an excuse says, well, I don't have enough time, to me, that's a complete BS. There is natural thing is you don't have enough time. You're not putting it a priority, then it's a different story.
Tell them about your walking in the morning, because you told me you sometimes hit 10K before you start your day,
every single morning. So
listen to this.
Every single morning, even if my wife will say, even in the winter, and it's been a harsh winter, but I still have this commitment that I made myself, the decision that I want to be at 14% body fat.
Yeah, we're almost there, guys.
By the summer, and I'm like, I have this vision, and I can see myself with the 6-pack, not beer, but 6-pack abs, and I'm like, okay, so what does it take? So I've been talking and watching a lot of YouTube videos on how you need to walk every single day for 10,000 steps a day. So I said, okay, 10,000 sounds great. Let's challenge it. So I bought a vest. So I'm now walking around like this, like this crazy guy in the morning,
outside
with a vest,
in the cold,
in the snow, doesn't matter, in the rain even, because I know that this is the commitment. I made myself this goal that I want to have abs in the summer. That's it. I don't care what it takes to get there. It just has to happen.
That's massive. And guys, I'm moving to the next part of the segment, which is talking about strategies and mindset. When you want to fix your body, I don't understand why people stop and pause. Why do people do that?
I think it's very simple. It's easier not to do it. It's easier to sit in the evening on a couch eating potato chips. It's easier.
Right.
Because people don't really think, okay, like I know that I got to this point where I'm almost soon to be 40. I'm thinking to myself, I want to be healthy at 60. I want to be healthy at 80. I want to see my grandkids. I want to be in my kids' weddings dancing like I'm still 20.
You guys are young. How old are you guys?
I'm 31.
Nice.
Or 39.
You guys are young in the mindset you guys have. And what happens now if you guys can't make it into the gym? You'll just train at home? You'll do something active?
Yeah, we do have some equipment at home.
So first of all, it doesn't happen. There's no such thing as I can't make it to the gym. Like there's no way. Like we will, whatever needs to be done, it will happen. So we will not be like, unless like there is some extreme case, but even then we'll figure out, we'll work out from home. But I will tell you that gym is a priority. Like it doesn't matter what.
And for me, I realized that weekends are very hard for me to work out. I realized that because I have the kids and they have all the extracurricular activities.
You got family, you got to see people.
And then Sundays, it's a regular work day for us as realtors. So Vadim is working full time. I'm helping him, but I'm with the kids also because there's no school. So I know that, okay, Saturday, Sunday, I cannot work out, at least not a proper work at the gym. So I know that I have to get my week done before Friday. I know that everything has to be done before Friday, and then I know, okay, I did my workouts for the week. So it's about scheduling it and making sure it's done by a specific time, waking up earlier, make sure everything is prepped for the day before. Even my gym clothes. I have 4 outfits for the gym. a week. 4 tights, 4 sports bras or tank tops. They are in one cabinet, color coded.
Nice.
And I just grab one in the morning and go. Even my socks. I have one specific socks.
See,
I just by the way, I sleep with the gym clothes, so there's no excuses. Like I'm already like wearing my lemons.
She wears pajamas to bed. He wears his Gymshark tank top.
So I'm ready to go. There's no excuses not to go to the
Maria,
gym.
the trainer, comes to me. She's like, I really like your sets because I had everything is like set same color. I have like brown, black, blue, and something else in green. She's like, really? I'm like, I need order in my life, so I know what I'm wearing to the gym. I don't even think about it.
See, what's nice is they've gotten to the point now where I kind of put them at advanced level clients where not only is he just answered very quickly, there's no reason why we shouldn't work out. And that is the point where you want to get to where if someone says, well, what if you can't? He stopped it right away and said, no, there's no excuse.
When I cut sugars and I became a lot about the protein, it's with her support that I was able to do it. Because imagine, if she was enjoying an ice cream in the evening, I would want to have ice cream as well.
Yeah, we don't have that.
If she wanted to enjoy pizza, I would. But then the moment we said, okay, we need to really focus on our bodies, we need to focus on our health, and we cut the carbs, we're cutting the sugars, and then it's a mutual, it's working together, and even the gym, like working out together now, like I'm here to work with her as well. Just couples that run together stay together.
That's right.
That's how I
100%. And I want you guys to know, when you work hard, you play hard. Don't think of these guys live a lifestyle of chicken salad and beans. These guys travel a lot. These guys go away. When they went to Italy, I was looking at their plates with all the beautiful pastas and pizzas.
Lots of pastas.
But the thing is, they know how to balance it out, right? You're a mom, you're a female, you're a businesswoman. You're juggling a lot of hats because you got to kind of be the business person, and then you got to change a diaper or, deal with the kids. What would you say to other moms out there who are saying, I just don't have the time?
So I think for me, it's about, as I mentioned, I need organization. I need, gadgets to help me. Something like the food app. I use the food app of the gym every single day. I tend to eat some like similar things every day. So I do log them as my favorites, and I know exactly how much protein I'm getting. We do have variety during dinners. So I make sure that I log everything. I plan, in the morning you take out meats from the freezer, you know exactly what you're eating. I plan for the week. I play for the weekends, Friday.
You guys cook in bulk, right?
Yes, yeah.
So whenever she's tired, go ahead, go sleep, do your thing. I'll take care of the dishes.
There you go. So what I caught a lot there was planning.
Yeah.
And what about you? What are you going to give these guys an advice? Lock it to the camera.
Wow, this is a really good question. I will tell you like this. So I have coaches for pretty much everything.
Love it.
Coach for real estate, coach for business development, and also now coach for working out and health and lifestyle. I believe that I can figure out how to do it by myself. But I'm asking myself, if I can pay a coach who has the 10, 20, 30 years of experience, and now they're like giving me this basically on a gold platter, this is to me priceless.
You time collapse. You basically time collapse
1000%.
6 months of what you would have learned by yourself into a month. So we're going to wrap up now with a few questions to give some people some balance. You've both rebranded and built something powerful in Vaughan, in the real estate scene. Can you talk about what's made it work really well? And is there any tips you can give the viewers about what's going on in our market?
360 Google reviews. We take real estate as a priority. Our clients always come first.
Yeah.
But we know that for us to provide an amazing service for our clients, we have to take care of ourselves. If we take care of ourselves, we then able to take care of our families and our clients. And this is like when you were asking this question about how do you manage to do it all? It's about the schedule. Like if I can show you my schedule,
You're packed.
it's the 60 minutes walk is there. The workout is there. My appointments are there. But this is like consistently, everything is always there in my schedule. And I create my schedule every Sunday for the following week. Yes, here and there's going to be some changes. But here, like the working out with Autumn is at 3 p.m. on Monday. It's consistently. I will never change it unless there is a vacation, but it's always there. And this is how we are able to plan our lives as well.
Yeah.
Have you seen anything in terms of the kids' responses to you guys, or even just how you guys respond back to them?
Well, So it's funny. My daughter goes after I put her to bed. She's like, "Mommy, are you going to the gym?" Because I do my 10K steps in the evening usually when I do. When I look at my watch and I'm like at 5, I'm like, shit, I have to go down to the basement and walk on the treadmill. Or even in the morning, or sometimes if I do 8 o'clock appointment, I leave them at home till 9, and then I come pick them up. And it's just, "Mommy, are you going to the gym? Mommy, can I come to the gym with you?" So they always talk about it. They always say it. Vadim already taught a 2-year-old how to do pull-ups.
Like I've been always a big fan of like just get your kids involved.
Yeah.
The moment the kids start seeing like so Elizabeth is now doing the pull-ups and the push-ups. David is now doing the pull-ups.
Last 2 questions. What would you guys say to your old self, the 18, 19-year-olds, as Eti and Vadim? What would you tell them today now that you know all this information?
Start strength training much earlier.
1000%. Like, and the foot.
Actual weight training, strength training, weight training. If I was 18, I would tell myself to shut the noise and just focus on what works. And I mean, strength training and protein intake has been for ages, right?
For ages. Bodybuilders have always been doing it for years.
People market whatever, it used to be this and it used to be that, and now it's Pilates, and now and it changes all. It used to be running, and everybody had their own thing, but there's certain things that, just never change and make sense mechanically, make sense scientifically, and you just have to follow the right advice.
And just block the noise. I think the biggest one is blocking the noise. There is this. You see on Instagram and Facebook those like hot models, hot this, hot that, and you're like, but this is not real. This is ChatGPT adjusting and a lot of Photoshop, and you gotta take care. And I really believe in it. It's like focus on who you are. Focus on yourself. It's a journey. It takes discipline. Their great results will come for sure. But just enjoy the process and enjoy the results.
And I would tell women, don't focus on, your high school genes. Don't focus on what.
Yeah, because sometimes women look at like when I was in high school, I want to be that weight. And
don't focus on that. Focus on.
You weren't even a woman back then. You were like a teenage girl.
Exactly. Focus on where you can be. Focus on the future. Focus on whether you have family or kids, what you want them to see, what you want to look like for them. And that's going to already progress you in the right direction.
So I'm going to close off with 2 things. One, I want you to tell any of the women in Vaughan or any of the women that are watching, if they're on the verge, and I put here of a breaking point, if they got career stress, if they feel like they don't have energy, because this is a big thing. If they're watching right now saying, we can't do what you guys are doing, and maybe you guys are too far-fetched to reach, what do you want to tell that lady today?
I would say that there comes a moment where you have to put yourself as a priority for the sake of your family. And I think that now is the time before you reach that breaking point. And I think having a sit down with your family, with your husband, and think, this is what I need, this is what you need, how we can work that into our schedule, regardless of your job, regardless of whether you have help or not. How can we make that work for us financially, schedule-wise? Because I need this to put myself first in a place. And this is what happens at Pure Motivation Fitness. This is a place where you get to put yourself first, whether it's for that hour a day that you're doing a workout, that you're talking to you about food, that you're getting a plan started. This is what you need to do. This is the first step to make yourself better, not only for yourself, but for your family and your kids, because that's a turning point.
I think she hit a home run there, guys. And what about the dudes that are watching, same scenario, but they may not be here, and they're probably like, well, I don't even know what kind of app you're using, and I don't even know if the group you're part of is motivating. And for those of you who are watching that live in downtown Toronto or live in Chicago or live in the US, how can them hopping on the Spartan Father Project help them as it's helped you?
Reach out. Dimitri is here to help out. And I know that I was looking to always to have a mentor. I never had a brother. I have 3 sisters. And I need someone, a male figure who can really guide me and help me out and try to understand what needs to be done. And Dimitri is running a successful business. He is with a perfect body. He's doing all the right things as it is. So I looked at it and said, okay, wow, this is the guy that if I can reach his goals, like, what he's at 47, he's there. This is the physique that I want to be. I want to reach age of 80 at some point with muscles, able to carry for myself, not to be able to have a nanny to replace my diaper. I want to be able to be 80 and still dance on the beach or dance or run on the beach. I want to be able to be healthy, but it starts now. It's not when you reach age of 79. It's when you reach right now this age and you decide, okay, building up muscles will be much harder at some point. So might as well start now.
Wow, we packed a massive show for you guys. I'm gonna go have a nice big lunch, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Firstly, if you live in the city of Vaughan and you're thinking of selling your home, you got questions about your home, these guys are amazing. So if you're stuck and you're looking for a professional team to help you out, Vilensky Realty is the way to go. And again, if you're living in the city of Vaughan and you wanna come try us out, we're in the northeast corner of Dufferin and Major Mac. We've been here for 15 years. The company's 19 years strong this year. And I don't think, unless someone, locks me up, puts me in their basement, I'm not gonna change my mindset. And I'm here to keep giving people the best of the best. That's it, that's all. Have an amazing day. And remember, average is the enemy. Action beats anxiety, and attitude is everything. Peace and love. See you in the next episode.